What is up, everybody? Caleb here with Gamer Faith, and you'll notice this new semi-halfway set behind us. It's not exactly the image quality that I hope to reveal this on, but nevertheless, there it is. And joining us is... What's up? We have to go back to this, like... Yeah, it's Sam. We have to go back to this primitive method of communicating with each other.
Yeah. Hold on a
You just defeat Megatron? Loud enough.
Your audio is really crackling, smackling on my end, so I was wondering if it was I got blanket in my speaker.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but it's just like
Well, I hope that that's not the case for the viewers. If it's not low quality, I apologize for that. We're just kind of rolling with it. We're kind of doing this sort of spur of the moment even. And if you notice, watch what I'm going to do here. If I'm a little bit drowsy, it's because it's like midnight here. And like of all things, it's midnight. I must say, of all things, it is midnight, and this is what we are discussing. Like, this is the topic that we are talking about at midnight. So, oh, hey, it's all. I mean, what are your thoughts, Sam?
it's always
I'm talking about this subject.
it's always a good time to make Gamer Faith video.
That's true. Yeah, I guess that's true. And it's almost like, are we really going to talk about something that seems like such a small issue here? But I kind of like feel like I don't want people who like Pokemon Go feeling bad for playing it. It's like a lot of bad reputation about this game flying around. And just, I guess we've discussed it one-on-one, Sam, and I just feel like it kind of deserves to be sort of talked about a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. We have lots of theory and idea on it.
Yeah.
Is your microphone in a chip bag?
In a chip bag? It is not in a chip bag. I'm wondering if we're having connection issues. That would be horrible. Let me see if I can open the live. Okay, we've got some people in the chat, but let me know in the chat if you're having trouble hearing me.
I can hear every word you're saying, and you can make it out, but it just sounds like you're making popcorn in your throat with a robotic popcorn maker.
Let me know in the comments below if it sounds like I'm making robotic popcorn in my throat. Anyways, we're going to get into this actual discussion now, but I want to tell you guys, I should have said this in the first minute, but if you stay tuned to the end, there will be a bonus, because we're actually going to play a fun and probably pretty funny game after we discuss this for a little bit. It's going to be related, but it's going to be like a quiz show, a game sort of thing. You'll get the details later in the episode after we discuss it. But without further ado, our thoughts on it. If you have other thoughts on it, then we're not saying we're necessarily right. You know, listen to what God says, not what we say, but these are our thoughts on Pokemon Go. Did you want? I've got a cat crawling after me. That's why I'm doing this. So I'm not just like. Did you want to start, Sam? Do you have any thoughts?
Okay. What are the pros of Pokemon Go?
Well, it's good exercise. We have found. I didn't normally. I normally don't find myself walking 5 or 10 Ks in a day, but this game came out, so I'm outside in the sunshine, walking around a lot more. That's one pro. Another pro is I've actually met, especially when this game first came out, it was almost like every time we played the game, we would meet new people and get to know people, and it was a social activity beyond what I would normally be doing, sitting at home watching a movie or doing whatever at home. To get to know people.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of wild how explosive the social activity seemed to burst. Like every day meeting multiple people and new people. Like we went out one evening when we were together and we played Pokemon with our family, and we met another family who was taking their rats for a walk and playing Pokemon, and we got to hold rats, and one pooped on Caleb's wife and one peed on Caleb. Is that right?
Yeah, I got peed on by a rat. So, and talking about cons, is it bad to play? You might meet a family with rats and you hold one and you're like, oh my gosh, this rat is so cute and it pees on you. That did happen to me. There's a fact. I did get a comment here saying that I do sound crackling when I talk. Thank you for saying that. Do I still sound like a popcorn machine, Sam?
Yes.
I am so sorry, guys. I don't know how to fix that. Does this make any difference?
No.
What if I scoot in?
Or in their ears and then do the old N64 method and blow in your microphone to remove debris. Now it's an ASMR video.
All right, so I'm sorry. I apologize about the audio. We'll just have to live with it, I guess. I'll try to figure it out for next time. Hopefully it'll be better. I have some sound issues with this laptop, so. But can you still hear me though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, what about cons? Is there any cons?
There are people who kind of abuse the game, like the stories of people breaking into facilities known to have lots of Pokestops or something, looking for Pokemon and whatnot.
Team Rocket.
Team Rocket abusing Pokemon. Oh my gosh, I had one more. What was it?
Just overuse of it, probably.
Yeah, maybe. I guess the overuse of it could be seen because like everyone downtown in an area is playing Pokemon Go, and it's like, oh my goodness, get your face out of your phone. And some people play it while driving, or excuse me. There is a typical Pokemon Go stance, which is like this. I'm sure some people it's like this, and
Right.
you can't see where you're walking. That's bad, but that's not fault of the game per se.
In fact, the game goes well out of its way to make sure you're not driving, to make sure you're aware of your surroundings, to make sure they've gone out of their way to update it so that that is the case. So,
your audio is better now. I don't know what you did, but it's not.
Oh, good. That's good. You know, a whole nother subject would be, is Pokemon in general evil? And I don't think that it is. There are some things probably about the lore and stuff in it. I don't know it that well, but I'm sure there are some things about it that aren't perfectly great. But you know, it's there's a cat right here. Like, let's see if I can get his tail. Well, did you see a glimpse of him?
I think so.
Yeah, like, I'm sure it's not like totally perfect, but in general, sometimes I feel like people want to, they feel that they're going to be more righteous or more good by like limiting certain ways. I personally don't think Pokemon is really evil, and it's like a story, and it's make believe, and a lot of it is about like finding pets and these animals and making friends and stuff like that. Once again, there's some things about it that probably aren't perfect, but I don't think that it's our biggest concern and should be our main focus. I think we should be focusing more on like loving God, loving others. If we can do that and play this game, it's not hurting our walk with God. I personally don't think that it is bad. As far as like walking into busy traffic or driving while you're playing it and doing all that stuff, yeah, that's not at the fault of the game. The biggest point, and that we discussed briefly, that I think is a thing, is if you are so obsessed with it that it is distracting you from God, you're not reading your Bible, you're obsessed with playing the game, it's all you think about, then yeah, that's a problem. But that can happen with anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that there's this interesting sort of double standard with this type of thing. And it's like people say, oh, it's a waste of time. Oh, get your face out of your phone. Oh, enjoy nature and stuff like that as one thing. But it's like if you went outside, or people are saying, oh, it's so sad you have to play a game to get exercise. Like if I were to go outside and play a game of basketball, and I was absolutely obsessed with basketball, and I watched basketball all the time, and I talked about basketball all the time, and I went out and played every day for hours and practiced, I would probably be like given a big thumbs up. People would probably be like, you're really like disciplined, that's really cool, like that, you know, basketball's good for you, it's healthy and all of that stuff. Well, it is a game, it is playing a game. I'm not saying that that is bad. I'm not saying basketball is bad, but I do think that it's funny that when you go outside and you're playing a game on the device, that all of a sudden it's a waste of time. It's a shame you have to be playing a game to be outside. And it's like there are people that are out socializing. There are people that are out getting exercise. There are people that are out in nature. There are people that are spending time with their families. We've seen like families with like wife and children spending quality time together, all doing something together, going to the zoo and doing that. And like, I think that's all really good stuff. And if you watch our video about like depression, two of the things that I list that have really helped me in like, you know, growing closer to God and fighting my depression are spending time outside and getting exercise. And for us and our family, I feel like it has been a positive thing where we have had fun and laughed and got exercise and played the game together. And we even, and I'm sorry I'm rambling here, but we even have a Facebook group of friends that are close friends, but we had kind of fallen out of communication. But we have this like Pokey Friends Facebook chat thing, and I'm talking to like friends that I didn't talk to as much. I'm talking to them a lot more because of this. It's like, oh, I got this catch, or that's pretty cool, and then it's like, what's going on in your life type of deal. So I see a lot of positive from it, and I think it's kind of silly to ignore all that positive and say that it's evil just because it's like a game about little animal monster creatures, you know? So.
Right. Yeah, just the biggest danger overall with it is just being a distraction in general, a distraction from, you know, looking at what's ahead of you in traffic, and also a distraction from God and things like that, you know, which anything can be, and you got to manage and put your time into places in a good manner. But yeah, there's so many positives to it, like exercise and socializing and sunshine and birds and Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun, and it is a fun game. I don't think you should live for it by any means. Like, obviously, like we've been saying, but I think it's kind of sad or I don't know, weird that like gamers, they do get picked on. You can be like into a lot of different types of hobbies and nobody will pick on you, and they involve a lot of things and waste technically a lot of times. I mean, all hobbies or you know, a lot of recreational hobbies, they waste time in some ways, but there are like social and physical benefits and stuff to it. And gamers have got picked on for a lot of years about like, oh, being lazy or whatever. And I think it's kind of funny that they get outside and start playing Pokemon, and then everybody yells at them for being outside. playing Pokemon. Is that really fair? It just doesn't feel fair. So I guess like this is kind of a silly subject to make a video on. Usually I like to go more deep and more to like things that seem meaningful, but I sort of just wanted to bring this discussion out there because if you like to get your exercise by, you know, playing Pokemon, I like to lift weights, I like to go on bike rides, I like to go on hikes, and now I like to play Pokemon with friends. And if you like to get your exercise by doing that, I don't think that people should make you feel bad for doing that. There's a lot of good stuff to it, and I feel kind of sorry for people that are maybe like worried about playing it as long as they've got it in balance.
Right. Yeah, it's just something that needs to be in balance, and it's like you said, it's no different from any other hobby that's watching TV or knitting cookies and things like that. Like, it can all be a distraction. It's based on the point of view from other people. Like, oh, it's a gaming thing. It's really bad. It's just, which not all people view it that way, but there's a lot of positives to it. I feel like it can help with depression and help with anxiety and stress. It can be a reliever of those things, going out and spending time with people. And, you know, we cover a lot of these things in other videos about anxiety or depression and whatnot, but it's a helping hand device.
Right. Yeah. And we're should we like tell them what team we are, Sam? Should we tell them officially? Before I want to throw this out there. Throw it in the chat or something if you've got a guess before we make this announcement. I'll give you a clue, or throw it in the comments if you're watching this afterwards. Pause the video if you want to guess what team we are. And by the way, a bunch of people sounding off in the chat and a bunch of I'm just cracking up at the chat. Sorry, they're like demanding to know what team we are now. But a lot of people saying hey, and a lot of good friends in there in a long time. So good to see you once upon a church. Good to see you, Cole. Good to see you, Riley. Good to see all of you. There's a bunch of you that it's going a little fast, but good to see all you guys. Thank you for sounding off. But I guess my hint would be I want you guys to guess. I'm bad about these guessing game things. I like to draw things out. But my hint would be that we didn't pick our team based off of the color. We did not pick it off of anything like that. We picked it based off of the dialogue that each team leader spoke. So that is my hint to you. Do you think that's a good hint, Sam?
It's a pretty good, excuse me, good hint.
A pretty good hint. Now you're a popcorn thrower.
Yeah, you've returned to popcorning for the last couple minutes, but
no.
It's okay. No worries.
I am worried about it. That's horrible.
It stinks.
So okay, that's been enough time to guess, I suppose. I'll see. Let's see. Once Upon a Church guesses Valor. Cole says he's Mystic. So no instinct representation that I can see in there. So there's a piece of dialogue when you're selecting the characters, and when Valor is telling you the reason that they're studying Pokemon, they say that Pokemon are warm-hearted creatures, and that gives them tremendous power. So if you've been watching a lot of our videos, you'll know that two things that really stick out to me are the heart and power, because of what the love that God puts in your heart. That's like one of the hugest, if not like the biggest theme on this channel. So when the team members said they want to study Pokemon because they realize that they are warm-hearted and that gives them power, that was just like, I couldn't pick anything else. if I were to pick something else, it would be Mystic, because blue is like my favorite color. So I have a lot of respect for Mystic. I think Mystic is really cool. But yes, the official game of the faith, me and Sam at least.
Valor Nation.
Yeah, Valor Nation. That's like Vape Nation right there.
Vape Nation.
Valor Nation. We'll go with that. And we don't vape just because some of you are probably asking questions now. But so yes, we did confess to that. So is there any more points we need to make about this, or do you think we kind of covered it, Sam?
Team Valor will rule Pokemon Go. Just kidding.
Not that. Not to make a point about that, about the main subject. But we're going to move on to a game if you think we're good, Sam.
I think we're good. It
just so happens, I was like a third grader when the original Pokemon came out. I was big on the original 151, and I traversed a little beyond that. I do know some of them past 151. You know, I'm familiar with Wobbuffet and Togepi and a lot of those common ones, Lugia and Umbreon and whatnot. So I do know some of them, but there's an awful lot of Pokemon that have existed past the original 151. So I'm kind of old school, and I kind of fell off the Pokemon. So Sam has kept up with it a little bit better than I have, and I imagine you have done some research yourself in constructing this list. So what has happened here, and if you're just tuning in, the discussion in the title, that's at the beginning of the stream. We'll move on to a game now, but
which we haven't made yet.
So Sam has a list of Pokemon. Some of them are Pokemon he made up. He's gonna are you gonna describe like the premise of them to me, or just the name, or?
I'm gonna give you the name and the type. I'm gonna do that for the first couple, and if that's too difficult, which it probably won't be, I'll give a little bit of a description for you.
Just give description as you feel necessary, because I feel like some of them, like, you can almost confuse me more by giving me a description. So use it to your discretion as you feel necessary. But he's going to tell me a Pokemon, and it's up to me to decide, is this actually really a Pokemon, or is this some horrible creation of Sam's mind? So
okay.
What's the point? How many of these do you have? How do I win?
There are 15 Pokemon on this list that you have to guess.
Okay.
If you can get 8 of them right, you win a super prize. If you get 7 of them right, I won't make fun of you. Less than that, you have to change your Pokemon Go team to Instinct.
That's not happening, but and we do know some good. I'm not anti-Instinct. I'm not like that. We have some good Instinct.
Love you,
friends.
CJ.
Love you, CJ. Represent. But okay. So
real quick,
let's have at it.
I'll give you. There's 2 things. Only one of them is from the first trilogy of Pokemon games. The rest are Gen 2 and beyond. And you have 1 lifeline, but I'll say you can use it twice. And it's called Ask Professor Oak. So if you get stumped and you need help, Professor Oak will say something. It might not be helpful, but I mean, it's Oak. So.
Okay. All right. All right. Yes, I'm ready.
All right. It's time to play. Guess that Pokemon. All right. Number 1. Shinchou. Water electric type.
Now, I have a question for you. Can you give me a correct Pokemon name and an incorrect Pokemon type and get me that way? Because that seems a bit hardcore.
No. And I'm not
not doing that.
I haven't made up Pokemon that with a name that sounds just like a real one, but like changed a letter. None of that silliness. All types are correct.
Okay, cool. Understand. All right. Shinchou, is that what you said?
Shinchou!
I feel like I've heard this before. I want to say this is like, because I feel like I've heard this, I want to say it's probably like Gen 2, maybe. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Isn't there like a Chimchar? But anyways, I'm gonna go with real. Real.
You are correct. From
Yes.
Generation
Is he a
2.
monkey?
What was that?
Is he a monkey?
No, Chimchar is a Pokemon. That's Generation 4. Chinchou is Generation 2. Excuse me. It's like a little nice looking anglerfish thing. It's like a little blue thing with like antennas with lights on them.
Okay.
All right.
Sweet. That's one.
Okay. Cool. Got 1 point. Now, last time we played one of these games a decade ago, like, Caleb, I think, aced the board, and my creations were not very good. So we'll see if they're any better this time. All right. Number 2, Pig. It's an ice ground type.
Ice ground Pilo
Pig.
pig.
Now looking it up on your computer.
I'm not looking it up. I'm not looking it up. I just checking the chat, but I probably shouldn't do that because they might give it away. Pilo pig. That doesn't. I have trouble believing that they would put pig straight in there, but they do like Rattata, like they put rat in there, so it's not impossible. I'm gonna go with fake on this one.
You are correct.
Okay.
That I was going to say, but I figured you would probably get it too easy if I gave you a description. That it was the 3rd evolution of, what is that? I think it's Swine Bull or Swine Bun or something. I can't read my own handwriting. And
Swine bun? I might have fallen for it if you said swine bun. Swine bun sounds like a Pokemon. Pilo pig. Like,
and well, the 2nd evolution of Swine Bun or Bull or whatever is Pilo Swine. And so I was going to say it's the 3rd evolution of that. You go from Pilo Swine to Pilo Pig, but.
oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha. All right.
All right, all right. Next one. So you got 2 points so far. Next one. Burmple. Burrrmple. Ice bug type.
Burrm.
Like Burmple.
Burmple. Trying to. I feel like that sounds really similar to something else that might be. Burmple. What type was it?
Ice bug.
I'm gonna feel like an idiot if I get wrong. I guess I'm gonna go with real because I have trouble believing that you would come up with names and just be like Burple Gershberms as a name, but we're gonna go with real.
Burmple is a fabrication of my imagination.
Burple.
It sounds a lot like Wurmple, but I spelled it out for you. I was afraid that I would give it away, but I did like Burr, like brr, and that's why it's ice type.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
See, I was thinking like Burnpole. I was thinking it would be like a fire caterpillar or something. But...
Gotcha. All right. All right. Number 4. Bagon. Dragon type.
Bagon?
Bagon.
Bagon?
Bagon.
Does it evolve from Bilbo?
Yes. It is based off of the Bagon that killed the dragon, which is why it's dragon type.
Bagon. How do you spell it?
Bagon.
Like I'm feeling like Dagon is something, but then I think that might be like a Harry the Dagon something in Harry Potter that's man, I'm gonna go with you said it's a dragon.
Dragon type. Dragon.
I'm gonna go with fake.
It's real.
Oh,
Gen 3. It's like the first evolution of some dragon thing, I believe. It's like a little round white shell thing.
gotcha.
Just thought it was
my
awesome.
first thought that was that it was real, but I didn't go with it because I'm not team into
I didn't know how you take that one. I was just excited about it because it's called Baggin and it's a dragon type, so I thought Bilbo Baggins slaying a dragon, so I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why it was just too perfect to be real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. Comey. Combee. Bug flying type.
Comey. COMEE. Could you have come up? This is a good Pokemon if you came up with this, man, right here. It's like a honeycomb. And it's a bee. At first I was thinking comb, like. I'll go with reels already, but as soon as I start playing that psychological game, that's what like has destroyed you in the past. I'm gonna go with real.
Real?
Yeah.
Correct. It's a flying honeycomb thing from Generation 4.
It was just too. I feel like if you were thinking of a honeycomb, comb wouldn't have been the word you used. Honey would have, and you said flying, so I'm like comb the. Like that would be a flying honeycomb thing. So
Clever, clever. There you go. 3 points. All right. Next one. Gastroma. Poison type.
Gastroma.
Gastroma.
I feel like this is something that I would say was real, and then you would tell me that it was like a Zelda boss or something like that, or like a Metroid boss.
Odom.
Or like I think like Gastroma. I feel like I've seen that, but is that like a Metroid boss or something like that? Gastroma.
You also have 2 Professor Oak call-upons.
How many more questions are there?
This is number 6 of 15, so you have 9 left.
Holy smokes, man. Gastroma. Gastropod type.
Poison type. Gastroma.
Right. I'll go with real.
It is fake.
It's fake? Oh, man. Good name. Is it a boss from something else?
I don't think so. I came up with it on my own. I figured Gastroma, poison type, it's the brown fog fart thing.
Yeah. Sounds like something that would be real.
You still have plenty of points to be able to win this, so I believe in you.
All right.
Good. All right. Next one, number 7. Trunksley, ground type.
Trunksley.
Elephant.
Trunksley is an elephant. I'm gonna go with fake.
Fake.
Okay. Good. That's 4?
That's 4 points.
You might have got me when I was thinking like tree trunk. Like this is a tree trunk thing.
Trunksley. No, I
But
guess I won't.
Trunksley the elephant just seemed too like it's too a little out of place, but I mean I guess Dragonite looks like he belongs in DuckTales. So
There is Fanfi, which is an elephant, but I think that's Gen 3 or something. All right. I guess I won't be giving you hardcore descriptions unless you call on Oak anymore. All right.
oh hey.
I'm just kidding. All right. Crownter, Fire Steel.
Crownter? Rounder. I'm going to fake.
Why?
It sounds too much like it sounds so much like something that would be a Pokemon name, but just not at all. It's like me when I was like 11 trying to come up with my own Final Fantasy characters and making them like Grizrog because it sounded like cool and different. So Crownter sounds like Kingler or something like that. It just and the Fire Steel threw me off. Crownter, if it was like some sort of fish, maybe I would have been. But
you're correct. It is.
All right. I would have felt so bad if that was a real Pokemon.
It's spelled Crownter, like Crownter. That's why it was fired.
Right.
You know, like steel crown with fire powers.
Gotcha.
All right, you got 5 points. Number 9 time. Purloin, dark type.
It's like it's like a steak with a cattail or something. Like
Exactly.
I'm gonna go with fake, but hope genuinely that this is real. But I'm gonna go with fake.
It is real.
What is it?
Cat thing from Gen 5.
Purloin?
Purloin.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, it's super awesome. All right, next up, Girder, fighting
Girder.
Gurdurr, Girder.
Gurdurr. I'm gonna go with fake on Girder.
Girder is real.
No! What's happening to me?
From Gen 5. That's what's happening.
What is he doing? Why, Girder? Why?
Girder.
Oh.
You can still win this. This is still in the palm of your hands.
How many is left?
5.
5?
Yeah.
And I have 5?
Yes.
5.
All right. Number 11. Missing no.
That's a real thing. Is that a real Pokemon is up to debate. It doesn't have a number attached to it, but that is a real. Yeah.
It's not in the Pokédex, but I consider it real because you can physically see it in the game and I think catch it. So that's the only thing from Gen 1.
I had a feeling when you said there was something from Gen 1, I'm like, he might be going the missing no route. So
yeah.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad I actually genuinely knew.
Yes, you're doing good. You're doing good. All right, number 12. Zibzub, electric type.
Zibzub.
Z-I-B, Z-U-B.
I'm gonna go with real on that. If not, there's something similar, maybe.
It is fake.
No. Zibzub.
Zibzub.
Girder.
Girder. It's my new favorite Pokemon, dude. There's like, there's one before and then one after it. Girder's like carrying a girder, and then I think there's something after, like tower or something. It's hilarious. All right. Next one.
What does the new Pokemon rap sound like? It's just like Burper, Zibzub, Dee-Blah, Burper, Jeeper, Beep-Bop, Flip-Flop, Burper.
Yes. All right. Next one. Flabebe. Fairy type.
Flababy.
Flabebe, but the E's have dashes over them. Flabebe.
I'm gonna ask for Professor O's opinion on this.
The hippie movement was all about the Flabebe because it's a flower child.
What? That's my hint. Flabebe.
It was a recent movement.
So, okay, well, if I get this wrong, do I lose the game?
What?
If I get this wrong, do I lose the game?
No, you just have to get the last two right.
I guess I'm gonna go with real.
That is correct.
Yay.
Baby, Gen 6. It's like a little flowery baby looking thing. Alright. Number 14. Le Quattro. Leaf. Flying type.
Leaf Libre type. I'm going to go fake on this one.
That's correct.
Is that 7? Am I at 7?
That's 8.
8? Oh.
So you won.
Sweet. But there's one left.
Yes.
Talk about cutting it close.
What was that?
Talk about cutting it close.
Yeah. Le Quattro was inspired by the 3 legendary birds. It's the 4th one. And it's
He was
leaf.
inspired by the birds, so
I'm pretty sure I said leaf type, which isn't a type, so that's kind of dead giveaway. But all right.
Le Quattro is whatever type he wants to be.
Yes. All right, the grand finale, the final Pokemon, the Pokemon to rule all Pokemon, iconic beyond belief. But is it? Pikachu Libre. Electric type. And fighting, I guess.
I want to know what Professor Oak says about this, just because I have it.
Ah! A pointless color swap.
A pointless color swap. Yeah. Well, Pikachu Libre is character in Pokemon, so I'm glad that you put one nice one in there. But does that mean real or fake? I don't know if it's his own Pokemon, but yes, he's a real thing.
You guessing he's real?
Well, if missing no is a correct answer, then by association, Pikachu Libre would have to be real because I have seen him in the arena using his electric webs to entangle his foes. I wish I could flash a picture of Pikachu Libre. Do yourself a favor and Google Pikachu Libre. It's cute. But
I'll give it to you. I already given it to you, whatever you said, because either logic would have made sense. Right. So, you ended off with 9 out of 15 points. That's good.
Barely made it.
It's like a C.
It's like a C rank. Yeah.
Good job.
Do I get a prize?
What was your favorite on there?
Girder.
Girder. You should. Let me see if I can find a picture of Girder. Actually, you should just look it up on your computer.
Flabebe.
Flabebe. Yeah. We'll have to do.
Yeah, I feel like I need to. Le Quattro. Once Upon a Church says Le Quattro is the legendary one now.
It is what?
Right now.
Yeah.
Le Quattro is. That's awesome. What is it? Girder.
Gurdurr.
Oh, he's kind of cool and like, well, he's cool in a really not cool way. He's like
It's like Wreck-It Ralph the Pokemon.
Yeah, with a clown nose and like pink veins popping out. Let's see, what other one? Love baby. Baby. What? Oh man. What was the other one? Combi?
Purloin.
Combi. Sorry, this is really exciting to watch, I'm sure. I want pictures of Combi. Wait, oh, that thing's cute.
Yeah, Combi is actually really adorable.
Combi's cute. Does it get like more honeycombs as it evolves? That's what it looks like.
I think it starts out as like one or something. I think it's like a Doug Trio type of situation.
Gotcha. What was the other one I was supposed to look up?
Purloin.
You guys should look this up with me. A purloin. That's like Rouge the cat. Instead of Rouge the bat.
Rouge the cat.
Dude, Craig is in the house. Oh my
Craig
God.
and I, Koopa!
Craig is in the house. What is up, Craig? He asks. Said he looks to have looks more than well, I hope that you guys enjoyed our little quiz show after the fact. You tuned in to find out if we thought Pokemon Go was bad or evil. You got to tune into the first half of this stream for that. And other than that, I think we're ready to close this bad boy out. It's getting pretty late. I gotta get some sleep so I can do homework tomorrow. For some reason, we're up at midnight playing Pokemon Quiz show, but you gotta have fun sometimes, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so by the way, more serious videos and more legitimate videos should hopefully be on their way soon. I was working on some stuff before streaming this, so it's been a little bit less on the video end lately because I've been busy moving and getting married and stuff like that. So hopefully there will be a lot more content. So feel free to leave comments below or anywhere letting me know if there's any certain subjects or whatever that you want us to make a video about and talk about. Thank you once again to everybody in the chat. You guys getting into it and talking about Pokemon in there. It's pretty awesome. What's up, Zach? You snuck in here, I think, while I was in the heat of it.
And if you want to see any more game shows, leave us ideas, because these are fun.
And Zach says that you stumped him on some of those, so congratulations, Sam.
Thank you.
But yeah, let me know in the comments what team you are. And let me know what you think of these posters back here. This one right here, it's actually a puzzle my wife and I put together in like 2 days. It's super cool. I really like it. But I feel like I need to like show everybody all these individual items at some point too, because there's so much cool stuff on that shelf. But
Hashtag Gamerfaith room tour.
room tour. If you want a room tour, let me know. So, all right. Anything else, Sam?
Gotta catch them all, but Jesus first.
Yeah, right. Yes, that. And I keep almost calling you First Mate Sam. It's hard to shake old habits, I guess. But all right, guys.
What are you talking
Hope to see you guys around here next time. Bye.
Bye.